I want to turn to the other big story that we've been planning to bring you, which is the reports about how far some Republicans are going to cover up whatever happened at the insurrection. It's a big development because what I'm about to show you here is not coming from, say, really vocal or just extreme members of the Republican caucus, but rather from GOP leader Kevin McCarthy, publicly trying to intimidate people and companies to defy legal requests from the very Congress he is a part of. The bipartisan committee here is demanding phone records and evidence from companies. We've been reporting on that. Now McCarthy warns, quote, if these companies comply, a Republican majority will not forget. Now, that's a threat. It's the idea that Republicans would later use and potentially abuse any powers they have if they win back the Congress to punish the people who comply with the law. Not normal. Not okay. Congress can subpoena evidence just like other parts of the government. Democrats calling this obstruction. Fox News' Tucker Carlson also basically views it as a threat, but he claims this kind of abuse would be potentially good for the GOP.
That sounds like a threat, and we fervently hope it is. That statement is a flat-out promise, threat, whatever you want to call it. If you do this, there are consequences.
Yes, a threat. Now, seeking some kind of rationale and under some criticism, McCarthy is floating the basically made-up idea that providing evidence which is required by law would actually itself break federal law. He said that to Beat asked his office today, name any such law that he claims will be broken. I'd report for you what he claims, at least to look at it, to fact-check it, but the office didn't give us a single law by the time we've come on the air tonight. Now, top Democratic investigator Adam Schiff says McCarthy is basically freaking out because he's scared that the evidence, the facts, the phone records could implicate him or top GOP allies.
McCarthy, look, he's scared. And I think his boss is scared. They didn't want this commission and this select committee to go forward.
Now, the committee is pressing forward for evidence from phone companies, Facebook. It's about 35 companies in total. They say the committee will not be deterred by attempts at a GOP cover-up or an attempt to obstruct the investigation. Now, this one is definitely bigger than rhetoric. We have a potential Speaker of the House here saying in public he will remember what people and companies do, basically asking them to break the requirement to comply with Congress or potentially a future subpoena. His allies at Fox News understand that threat clearly. This really does sound more like some sort of crime show than serious governance. McCarthy may be trying on his best impression of Omar from The Wire, where the threats are scary but vague, because a gangster holding real power or a gun doesn't need to spell out the exact threat. He just says something like, well, don't make me tell Marlo. We understood?
I even catch a whiff of you doing something foul, Joe. I mean, I might got to go tell Marlo you the one put me up on that card game. We understood.
We understood? That is thug talk. That's a threat. And that's the kind of thing coming from the top of the Republican Party right now.